So Mia is a virtual assistant chatbot that's evolved out of an ongoing research project that I've been running for the past few years about digital intimacies, and specifically how gendered forms of work play out in the context of AI virtual assistants and chatbots like Siri and Alexa, ChatGPT, WuDao 2.0 and Bing now. And by gendered forms of work, I mean work that's historically been feminized because of outdated gender roles. So that's like organizational, domestic labor, the mental load of staying on top of everyone's schedules, caring for, managing other people's emotions and physical needs. And that's known as reproductive labor, so the work that reproduces the conditions that we need to exist in order to do productive labor, as in paid work. So this research project, it's really inspired by radical Marxist feminist thinkers like Silvia Federici, Kathy Weeks, Nancy Fraser. And I think it's really interesting that this type of work is being imitated and automated by bots because it's undervalued and under-recognized. And the kind of services that are offered, like with companies such as Replica AI, who offer you a virtual assistant friend, this really feels like a very, like putting a plaster on the issue of mass loneliness, anxiety, mental health crises. By offering this automated companionship, a friend or a girlfriend who will always be complacent and always agree and never argue. But also, in general, as solutions to the problem that we have of a chronic lack of time available for this very necessary, very valuable care and reproductive work that has to happen one way or another. I've done different versions of this work before, which were under the title training set. And for those versions, I had different kinds of assistants. So like a therapist, a girlfriend who was Mia, and like a domestic assistant, housewife kind of role. And those were in galleries and in an open house on a residency, and they were concealed smart speaker devices behind sculptures of a mouth, which was actually a replica of my own mouth. And I think doing the work for an online exhibition has actually worked better because it's more flexible, first of all. So I used a service called personal.ai, which is a little bit like if you would have your own personal chat GPT that you trained to replace you, and it knows specifically about the things that you teach it about. So I've been feeding it as training data all of the research that I've been doing and all the thinking that I've been doing, asking it questions, editing its responses. And of course it's not perfect, it's very unpredictable, but that's what I quite enjoy about it, because when I did the work for physical spaces, I had to really script what questions people could ask it and really write the scripted answers, and it was always coming with the same answer. Whereas this is able to handle going off script far more, and it's also surprising me far more in its responses, how it's remixing these materials that I fed it and spitting out things that are kind of surprising, but also very, very much more nuanced. Yeah, so I feel that the online version has been more of a collaboration with the technology than just me telling the technology what to do. Recently, I've been working on trying to turn this research on data intimacies into a larger artistic research project, together with a really brilliant artist, also based in Gothenburg, Sweden, called Gloria Lopez Clares. And what we're trying to do is to invite other artists and researchers in our network to contribute their work and ideas on this topic of data intimacies to a series of themed study group sessions which focus on subjects like AI assistants, virtual relations, desire and sexual work, self-care industry, mental health, data and fertility, dehumanization of Black bodies in this industry. And so we're currently formulating this research project and pitching it to potential funding bodies. And I really hope that we can make this happen because data intimacies really feels like a very rich subject that's moving fast. And so therefore we need critical, creative perspectives in order to develop a deeper understanding of this, of what's happening and what it could mean and how we can relate to it.